Alright, what's up everybody, we're back for another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to talk about yesterday. It was day 4 of the NBA's in-season tournament. And to be honest, every day that we've gone to the in-season tournament, we've had some good games. Big performances, close, come down to the wire games. It's been very nice to watch, actually. And yeah, we're going to talk about all of yesterday's games here today. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. If you missed any of the other recaps, you can go back on the channel and watch those. Links to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So the first game of the day we had was Bucks and Hornets. The Bucks come in and win this one 130-99. They outscored Charlotte 38-18 in the fourth quarter. Bucks now go to 8-4 on a 3-game win streak, with the Hornets fall to 3-8 on a 3-game losing streak. Looking at team stats, Milwaukee shot 55% for the field, Hornets shot 41%. The Bucks hit 22 threes in this game, the Hornets hit 6. They also out-assisted Charlotte 32-18. For Milwaukee, Dame 27-5-5, shot 9 for 18, 5 for 10 from 3. Didn't really do much in the fourth quarter, but it didn't matter. But yeah, Dame. This game looked more like the Bucks were running through Dame a lot, or trying to get Dame some shots, especially after last game we had 37 against Toronto. I think that might be the game plan moving forward, is get Dame hot early, is get him going, because Dame has not been shooting the ball super well so far throughout this year, but the last 2 games he's been shooting the ball very well. And so if Dame gets the ball more in his hands, more opportunities to shoot, maybe that is better for Milwaukee. Malik Beasley as well, he had 20 points, he had 6 threes, he had a good game against Toronto as well, he had like 7 threes, he had 6 today, and if he starts to get going, that's just another dynamic to add to Milwaukee. Giannis has 16, 8, and 9, 15 and 7 for Brook Lopez with 6 blocks, 12 for Chris Middleton, and Bobby Portis had 13 and 7 off the bench, and Pat Connaughton had 11 and 7 off the bench. Just a good win for Milwaukee. Got an easy win, and now they're 8-4, man. They're starting to pick it up. For Charlotte, LaMelo 37-5-5, shot 12 for 28 from the field. LaMelo's been balling the last 6 games, I want to say. He's been playing very, very well for Charlotte. Unfortunately, it hasn't all led to wins, obviously, because their team is not super talented. But LaMelo's been playing really, really good. Miles Bridges also played his first game in a few years. The off-court stuff that happened to Miles Bridges. He has 17, 5, and 4. Played 33 minutes last night. Shot 6 for 13, hit 2 3-pointers. Interesting to see how he plays. He had a really good game yesterday. See if that can continue, because of course last time we saw Miles Bridges on the court, he was a 20-point-per-game scorer. So, we'll see if that brings something to Charlotte. Mark Williams has 11 and 16 rebounds, and Brandon Miller had 10 points as well. Milwaukee gets that W. Next, we have the Knicks and the Wizards. The Knicks win this game 120-99. They outscore Washington 31-15 in the fourth quarter. Just put it on them. The Knicks now go to 7-5. Wizards fall to 2-10. Team stats: New York shot 49% for the field. Washington shot 45%. The Knicks hit 16 threes. Wizards only hit 10 threes. For New York, Jalen Brunson 32, 7, and 7. Shot 10 for 23, 6 for 10 from 3. He's been lights out from 3 this season. He's been hitting the 3 ball very, very well. It's crazy. On this broadcast, I think they were saying he's shooting better from 3 than he is from inside the arc. But yeah, Jalen Brunson was really good, especially late in this game. He closed out, hit a lot of big shots in this one. He's been really, really good. Quickly got 27 off the bench, shot 10 for 18 with the field, bringing that spark that they need. And Julius Randle 22, 7, and 8 with 2 blocks, shot 9 for 18. The last 5 games, Julius Randle has been, I think he scored 20 in all those games. He's been shooting the ball solid. And yeah, that's a big sign for New York. And then Donte DiVincenzo at 14 as well, hit 4 threes, with RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes both not playing in this game. But New York got a good win in the fourth quarter. They lit it up, hit a bunch of threes, and yeah, just blew Washington out. For the Wizards, Kyle Kuzma had 19, 4, and 5, shot 8 for 21 from the field. Danny had 18 and 4. I like what Danny Avdija has done this year, man. He's been good. 11 and 5 assists for Tyus Jones, 10 and 7 for Daniel Gafford. Jordan Poole, 8 points, shot 2 for 11, 0 for 6 and 3, had 5 turnovers as well. Yeah, not been a good year for Jordan Poole so far, man, which is disappointing. But yeah, Washington sucks. Honestly, it's not fun to watch the Wizards, but we knew that coming into the season. But it's been even worse than we expected. Next, we have the Celtics and Raptors. Celtics win this one 108-105. Derek freaking White, man. Derek White hits a huge 3-pointer in the corner. Get the dagger. Scotty Barnes misses a 3 at the other end. Celtics hit some free throws, and the Celtics end up winning this game. Celtics now go to 10-2. First team in the league so far to win 10 games. They're on a 5-game winning streak, with the Raptors fall to 5-7. Looking at team stats, Toronto shot 48% from the field. Boston shot 46%. Both teams hit a lot of threes. Not a lot of free throws in this game as well. For Boston, Jaylen Brown, 23, 3 and 4. Shot 9 for 14, 3 for 5 from 3. 17 and 7 for Tatum, even though he had a very tough shooting day. 8 for 22 and 1 for 11 from 3. 14, 12 and 5 with 3 blocks for Porzingis. 14, 8 and 5 for Jrue Holiday. Derek White had 13, 4 and 5. Then Al Horford and Sam Hauser each had 11 points off the bench. Just a good overall team. Celtics win, even though, some of the guys didn't shoot the ball well. Defensively, they locked in. Porzingis hit some big shots late. And Derek White, man, just a really good player. And if they're getting a contribution from Al Horford and Sam Hauser like that off the bench, I mean, that's just even more to add this already dangerous Celtics team. They're really starting to hit their stride early in the season. For Toronto, Dennis Schroeder, 23, 7 and 6, shot 9 for 19, 5 for 11, 3. He hit some big shots to keep Toronto in this game. 23, 6 and 5 for Siakam. Scotty Barnes had 14 and 6 assists, 14 for Gary Trent Jr., 11 and 8 for Jakob Poeltl. Didn't really get much contribution from the bench in this game. Toronto did, and yeah, they tried their hardest. They had a good chance, Especially, I wasn't really gonna be locked in on this game because last time Boston and Toronto played, Boston whooped them. So I was like, they're probably gonna do it again. But Toronto fought back, man. Toronto fought back, and they almost got it. But Boston just is better, and Boston was just the better team. Next, we had the Sixers and the Hawks. Sixers win this game 126 to 116. Philly goes to 9 and 3. The Hawks fall to 6 and 6. Team stats: Philly shot 49% for the field. Atlanta shot 45%. Both teams have a lot of free throws in this game as well. For Philly, Joel Embiid, 32, 7 and 8. He shot 10 for 19, 11 for 11 from the free throw line. He was dominant. The Hawks didn't really have much to stop him except fouling him, and he's a good free throw shooter. That's a big, 8 assists as well. The way he's been passing the ball has been great. Tobias Harris, though, 29 and 10. Shot 12 for 20 from the field. Getting to his spots. I love what Tobias Harris has been for Philly so far this year. He's been just getting to his spot, hitting big shots, rebounding the ball, defending. He's been doing everything the Sixers ask him to do. It's been huge. Tyrese Maxey, 19, 4 and 8. In this one, D'Anthony Melton had 14, 4 and 5. He's been hot recently. And then Daniel House had 14 points off the bench as well, and a good win for Philly. For Atlanta, Trae Young had 22 and 13 assists, shot 5 for 14, 10 for 10 for the free throw line, 18 and 10 for Jalen Johnson with 3 blocks. Clint Capella has 17 and 11, 17 for Sadiq Bey off the bench, 13 for DeJounte Murray. Shot just 5 for 16, had a very not great day. DeJounte Murray, and then Bogdanovich had 13 off the bench as well. Yeah, Atlanta has been kind of just average. They fall to 6 and 6. It's been big up and downs. Their shooting has not been great. They don't know where the contributions are coming from consistently from players. And yeah, Atlanta's got to figure some stuff out, if they want to be where they really want to get to. But Philly got a good win led by Joel, Tobias, Tyrese Maxey, of course, hitting big shots as well in the middle of that. Next, we have the Pistons and Cavs. Cavs win this game 108 to 100. Cavs go to 6 and 6. The Pistons fall to 2 and 11. 10-game losing streak for Detroit. Team stats: Cleveland shoots 51% for the field. Detroit shoots 43%. Both teams didn't hit a lot of threes. Cleveland forced 17 Detroit turnovers. As well for Cleveland, Darius Garland, 28 points, shot 10 for 19, 2 for 5 from 3. Without Donovan Mitchell, Darius stepped up. And yeah, this is a big game for Darius. I feel like this year he hasn't really been himself, hasn't really been his all-star-like self that he was the last 2 seasons. He did miss a few games due to injury, but he just hasn't looked the same. And this game, especially late in the third or fourth quarter, he had some big shots for the Cavs, and that's good to see. Evan Mobley, 18, 10, and 5. Great game from him. Max Strus, 18 and 7 with 4 steals. He had 4 threes. He had a big dunk as well on Asar Thompson. That was crazy to watch. Craig Porter Jr., 12 and 5 assists on the bench. He's actually been very solid for Cleveland. Undrafted player out of Wichita State. Just a good player. High IQ, makes the right plays, stuff like that. Jared Allen had 10 and 7 with 5 blocks. And Karis LeVert had 10 points off the bench. Good win from the Cavs. They go back to 500. They got a tough schedule coming ahead, though. For Detroit, Cade had 25 and 8, shot 9 for 21 from the field. 11 and 10 for Kevin Knox, 11 and 10 for Isaiah Stewart, 11 for Jaden Ivey off the bench, 10 for Alec Burks and Stanley Mude, and Asar Thompson had 10 rebounds as well. Detroit's on a 10-game losing streak. Injuries have hit them. Jalen Durant hasn't really got to play a whole lot. Of course, they're still missing Monte Morris, Bogdanovich are 2 big pieces of this team. But yeah, Detroit just can't really catch a break. They're in this game, especially in the third and fourth quarter, but Cleveland just shut them out. Detroit just didn't have enough. And it's tough, especially this year. A lot of Pistons fans are very excited, want to see a jump. And the way they started the year, the first 3 or 4 games, they looked like a pretty competitive team, but they have fallen since then. It's tough, but, you got to go through some rough times to get to the good times. And Detroit's going through a very rough time right now. Next, we have the Kings and Spurs on ESPN. The Kings win this game 129-120. It was actually a very good game. Came down the last few minutes, but the Kings closed them out, led by clutch player of the year last year. Kings now go to 7-4 on a 5-game winning streak. Spurs fall to 3-9. They are on a 7-game losing streak. Yes, they're on a 7-game losing streak. Looking at team stats, Sacramento shot 54% of the field. Spurs shot 47%. Kings hit 18 threes. Spurs hit 15 threes in this one. For Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox, 43, 8, and 7. Shot 14 for 24, 5 for 11 from 3. He was absolutely balling out there, picking apart San Antonio's defense. Whatever he wanted to get to, he was getting to the free throw line, the threes that he wanted to hit, the mid-range shot, the get to the rim. He just did whatever he wanted. In the fourth quarter, he closed it out. He is the reigning clutch player of the year. Just looked too easy out there for him, And Sabonis, as well, 27, 14, and 7. He's been on fire the last few games. Malik Monk also had 20 and 8 assists off the bench. He had 6 3-pointers. And the Kings are starting to the Kings. They're starting to be the Kings. They had a very weird start to the year. Started off like 1-3 or something like that. But since then, they are on a 5-game winning streak. They're starting to come back. De'Aaron Fox is back. Sabonis is playing like Sabonis, and they're just getting big shots and winning big games. For San Antonio, Zach Collins 28, 8, and 5 with 3 steals. Shot 10 for 14. He was very huge in this game, especially in the first half. Second half, he kind of, slowed down. He did have 5 fouls as well. But Zach Collins was doing his thing. Defending Sabonis the best of his abilities, rebounding the ball, passing the ball defensively, hitting threes, hitting like the mid-ranges, getting to the free throw line. He was doing it all. Wemby had 27 and 9 as well, shot 12 for 26. He had a big kind of end of fourth quarter that, kind of gave the Spurs some life, brought him back. Keldon Johnson at 21, 9, and 7. Malachi Branham also had 10 points off the bench. Tough loss for San Antonio. They lost 7 in a row. You can tell they're a very young, inexperienced team. Just make a lot of mistakes late in games. Don't know how to close games out yet, which is understandable for this team. They're still young. They don't really have a lot of vets on this team besides like Doug McDermott and Cedi Osman, But they'll figure it out eventually. This year wasn't supposed to be a year that they're supposed to be in the playoffs. They're gonna figure it out eventually. And they still got this really young nucleus that they're still trying to build with. But you see some good moments, especially if Zach Collins can contribute like that. Wemby, living in the big moments. Keldon Johnson doing his thing. It's big for them. Next, we got the Pelicans and Nuggets. The Pels win this one, 115-110. They go to 6-6. Nuggets fall to 9-3. Zion and Bi close out the reigning champs. Team stats: New Orleans shot 52% of the field. Denver shot 49%. New Orleans forced 13 Denver turnovers as well. For the Pels, Zion 26, 4, and 6 with 2 blocks. Shot 10 for 17 from the field. I think 21 in the first half. Didn't really do much in the first half of the fourth as well. But in the fourth quarter, he got to the free throw line. Drew some fouls on Aaron Gordon, which is a very tough matchup. Zion and Aaron Gordon are 2 very strong men. And hit big shots when you need him to. Got a big and one late in this game as well. And Zion, Pels get the win. Valanciunas had 22 and 8 as well. Bi had 21 and 8 assists. He also hit some big shots. Najee Marshall had 12 points in 18 minutes off the bench. Dyson Daniels 10, 8, and 7 with 3 steals. He's been very solid this year. In his second season, getting a lot more opportunity. Just does a lot of good things on the court. He's a big guard, can handle the ball, pass the ball well, plays inside as well, rebounds, got a lot of good big offensive rebounds. Plays good perimeter defense. If the shot ever starts to fall, man, he's going to be a very valuable player. But New Orleans back-to-back good wins after they're on a big losing streak. Things were not looking great. They beat Dallas. They beat Denver. They play Minnesota tonight. So if they win that game, man, maybe it's just they get up for good teams, I guess. I don't know. They're trying to change, flip the narrative. For Denver, Jokic 26, 16, and 18. I honestly thought he was going to get a 20-20-20 game. I honestly thought he was going to get a 20-20-20 game. Couldn't happen, but he had just a big performance. Christian Brown as well, 25 points off the bench and 9 rebounds, hit 3 3-pointers. Aaron Gordon at 14, 18-11 for Michael Porter Jr., 14 for Reggie Jackson. They had a chance late in this game. They had 3 opportunities at a 3-point shot to tie the game, and they missed all 3 of them. I think, who missed the first one? KCP missed the first one, then Reggie got it back, he missed. Then Aaron Gordon got it back, and he missed. And, New Orleans got a big win. Denver, of course, still without Jamal Murray for a little while. I'm not worried about it. They still won some games without him. They're going to lose some games without him as well. But, New Orleans got a good win, man. New Orleans is starting to pick it back up, which is what you want to see. They're still a young team. They're such a fun team when they're on. You want to see them good. And now, they're back to 500, maybe starting to pick things up. Next, we had the Magic and Bulls. Magic win this game 103-97. Orlando goes to 7-5. The Bulls fall to 4-9. Team stats: Orlando shot 48% from the field. Bulls shot 44% from the field. They're rebounding. Orlando rebounded them 46-34. Had 10 offensive boards. For the Magic, Franz Wagner 21 points, shot 9 for 18. He had a big and one late in this game to give the Magic the permanent lead. Gary Harris at 15-6. 13-8-4 for Paulo. Jonathan Isaac, 18-9 off the bench, hit 2 3-pointers. He had some big shots, big free throws as well. Defensively, he was there. He's been playing very solid. 11-8-7 for Cole Anthony, 10 for Mo Wagner. The Magic got a back-to-back wins over the Bulls, which was very tough to beat a team twice in a row. But Orlando did it. First day it was Paulo hitting the game winner. This one it was Franz Wagner and John Isaac closing them out. Even though the Bulls gave them a good run, they went on like a 16-0 run or something late in this fourth to take the lead. But Orlando closed them out. For Chicago, Zach LaVine at 34-6. Shot 12 for 24 for 11 from 3. He turned up in the second half. He had 25 of his 34 in the second half. Hit some big shots. Woke up, which is good. Bring that trade value up. DeMar at 23. Alex Caruso, 18 points. Shot 4 for 5 from 3 in this game. He had a 3-pointer late in this game to tie the game. He scored like the first 9 points. Defensively, he was there, man. He was just so good in this game. So good in this game. And that trade value is rising up. Might need a first-round pick or 2 to get Caruso, and then Vooch at 10-10-6 on 4 for 16 shooting. The Bulls, we know how I feel about the Bulls. I need to trade everybody. But the Magic, 7-5, they're looking like a very solid team right now. Of course, they had some miscues, closing out games, stuff like that. They're still very young, still trying to figure out how to win consistently, but they look very solid right now. My prediction for this year was Orlando was going to be in that playoffs, and right now they would be the 6th seed. They would be in the playoffs. Next game we have was Lakers and Blazers. Lakers win this game 107-95. Lakers go to 7-6. Blazers fall to 3-9. They are on a 6-game losing streak. Lakers are on a 1-game win streak. I forgot they lost to the Kings. Team stats: LA shot 49% from the field. Portland shot 40%. Lakers hit 12 threes. Blazers hit 10 threes. For the Lakers, LeBron James 35, 5-9 on 13 for 22 shooting. Hit 5 for 9 from 3. Amazing game for LeBron. Especially in that third quarter, he had a bunch of threes. The passing was there. He's just getting buckets on this young Portland team. They didn't know how to stop him. And LeBron was just dominating this team. It's crazy that we still get LeBron performances like this at age 38 years old. It's still super amazing. AD at 16-14, 3 steals, 5 blocks. He wasn't doing a great offensive end, but the defensive end, man, he was eating. 14-6 for D'Lo, 10-10 for Christian Wood off the bench, and Victorian Prince also had 10 points as well. Good win from the Lakers. It was a little bit closer than what you like to see, but a win is a win, especially for the Lakers. For Portland, Jeremy Grant, 24-4-3, 17-12 for DeAndre Ayton, 17-9 for Shane Sharp. He did have 10 turnovers in this game, though. 15, 8 assists for Skylar Mays, and 10 for Toumani Camara. Blazers on a 6-game losing streak. I predicted before the season for them, I predicted for them to be the worst team in the Western Conference. I didn't expect the Grizzlies to be as worse as they were. But yeah, Portland's still young. They're missing a lot of guys. Scoot Henderson isn't playing. They don't really have a true point guard. Skylar Mays have been solid, though. They don't really have a true point guard out there. And, they're going to lose a lot of games. I expected that. Next, we have the Suns and Jazz on ESPN. This is, surprisingly, a very good game. The Suns won this one 131-128. A big offensive game. It really was just like who could score more. In this one, KD hit a huge 3-pointer to ice the game. The Suns go to 6-6. Jazz falls to 4-8. Team stats: both teams shot over 50% from the field. Both teams hit over 15 threes. Both teams only had 8 turnovers as well in this one. For Phoenix, Kevin Durant 38, 9-9. Shot 15 for 22, 6 for 8 from 3. Picking apart the Jazz defense. Of course, hit the big 3-pointer. Was passing the ball. The 3-point shot was falling. It's Kevin Durant, man. It's a joy to watch Kevin Durant play basketball. Devin Booker as well, though. 24 points, a career high 15 assists as well, being the point guard for Phoenix, showing that he can play the part. 15, 7-4 for Nurkic, 14 for Eric Gordon. Drew Eubanks had 11 off the bench, and Grayson Allen had 10 points. They're going to be without Bradley Beal for the next few weeks. We still have not seen the big three play together yet. Unfortunately, Bradley Beal, the back injury is still lingering on. But, if Devin Booker can play like this and KD can beat Kevin Durant, they can still win some games, Even though Utah, respect to Utah, man. They gave him a good fight. I honestly thought it was going to be like a game where the Suns were just going to walk through them, and it was going to be like, oh, yeah, I don't know why this game's on ESPN. But the Jazz came to play, man. Jordan Clarkson, 37 points, 5 assists, shot 14 for 26 in the field. Going bucket to bucket with Kevin Durant, basically, in this game. He was balling. and he's been very good. I think he already has like 3 or 4 30-point games this season. He's been great. The Jazz need some offense. And Jordan Clarkson, the one thing he's going to do, he's going to get his shots up. He might not make all of them, but he's going to get his shots, and he might have nights like tonight or last night where he is hitting a lot of them. Lowry also had 21 points, shot 10 for 12 from the free throw line, 15 and 14 for John Collins. Keontae George also had 15 and 6 assists. I like what I saw from him in this one. But yeah, Utah just didn't have enough shot making at the end, and Kevin Durant is really, really good at basketball. And yeah, but shout out to the Jazz though, but the Suns got the good win. Also, I love the Jazz City jerseys. They look like a little bit more dark blue on the ESPN color, which I like a lot more. And then finally, we have the Rockets and Clippers. The Clippers get the win 106-100. James Harden, it's a big 4-point play. And the Clippers get their first win in the James Harden era. They go to 4-7. The Rockets' 6-game winning streak comes to an end. They fall to 6-4. Team stats, both teams shot 43% from the field. Clippers hit 13 threes. Rockets only hit 10 threes. For the Clippers, James Harden 24-9-7. Shot 8 for 11, 2 for 4 from 3. Hit the big 4-point play. Looked a lot more comfortable in the offense for the Clippers. Kawhi also had 26-8 with 5 steals. Shot 8 for 16. 23-8-3 for Paul George. Zubac had 12-7, and Russell Westbrook 10 points. Norman Powell had 10 points. Russell Westbrook off the bench, 8 points. Great gesture from Westbrook. He came out earlier that day, came out and said, "Hey, I want the stars to build chemistry. I think it's best for me to come off the bench." Which is a big move for Russ. He came out and said, "I want to come off the bench." He kind of maybe understood that, maybe all 4 of them being in the starting lineup was too much, and they needed to change. They needed a guy like Terrence Mann who did start to come in and kind of be the role player in there. And Westbrook was like, "I'll sacrifice myself and come off the bench," which is big. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. He gets so much hate and disrespect, but Russ is really one of the greats, And yeah, I love Russell Westbrook. But the Clippers finally got the win. It looked a lot better. Kawhi, Paul George looked a lot more comfortable. Harden looked a lot more in control as well. And maybe this can be the start of something in LA. For the Rockets, Alperen Sengun 23-8-4, shot 8 for 18 for the field. He was playing really good. 19-8-10 for Fred VanVleet, 20 for Jalen Green. Tari Eason at 12-6 off the bench. Fortunately, they just could not get it going. Jabari Smith had a tough shooting day. Dylan Brooks didn't really do much in this one, which is tough. But the Rockets, man, they're still really good. Hanging in with the Clippers like that, is big for the Rockets' confidence. They look a lot more confident on the court. They look a lot more like willing to win and willing to learn and stuff like that, which is great to see from Houston. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed another day of the NCAA tournament. It's going pretty good so far. Got a lot of great performances, exciting games. And yeah, I can't wait to see how it keeps going. I think there's only a few games left for this round of the NCAA tournament because every team plays once. So yeah, there's still only a few days left before the second round starts. And yeah, once you have enjoyed the content, consider subscribing, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.